we are live. How's it going, everybody? I'm the Zaben, Neo Zaben, here on Broadcast Zaben, and today, I figured we'd take a step back and kind of by a popular, no, I don't know if I want to say popular request, but from one of my old viewers, he asked, when am I gonna do Minecraft again? And I was trying originally. That's why I'm in this house. Originally, um, I was gonna, try to see if we could build something, even if we need to look up on like Google, like, hey, how do you build a house, Um, but then I ended up like reminiscing over the memories and stuff of everything that we've done in this game, and you know, I missed everything, and so I figured we'd take the time to do exactly that. Look back at our world and everything that we've done. Um, I'm gonna start off with, well, the house that started it all. Originally, when I was playing this game and I was doing the live streams, I was like, I think this is when like PewDiePie played Minecraft and he was kind of like bringing back the Minecraft community and stuff. So, well, why not? Let's also play a little bit of Minecraft. It's been so long since we've played, and well, this is it. I remember coming over here and being like, oh, okay, well, this is where I'm gonna make my house, and we did this weird shape all around, uh, and then we made this building. I mean, it could have probably used some work, putting like some blocks on the outside of it or something, like kind of like that. But that's a balcony. In fact, this could have been a balcony. I don't understand why I didn't do that. Just go boop boop boop. Probably put like a little support underneath right there. Yeah, that would have totally worked. I might do that later then, but this is the house that started it all. Um, you know, Most of my stuff's still not even done. I'm supposed to be checking out that square and that square, that all these little squares since Minecraft got so expansive, and I've yet to do that. Um, and I have so many memories. Like I remember playing with my bros, Johnny and Joey. Like first, like I said originally, this was just supposed to be a world where it was just me. The goal was we would play, we would get through the world, and you guys would hopefully keep pushing me through my endeavors. um, but it all kind of changed when one day I think we built our house. I think we just built the second floor. We were kind of working. I don't know if we were working on the attic or we might have just finished the attic, and I remember my bro Johnny. I think he saw me playing, or he wanted to play, or one of the two. Or could have been both. Like he saw me playing, and then he wanted to play. But I remember him being like, "Oh, can want to play?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, I was asking, I was like, "Do you want me to start like a new world or something?" And he's like, "No, no, no, just." Um, he's like, "Whatever you want. Like if you want to do a new one, we could do a new one." And I was just like, we made some progress in this. I want to keep working on it on my own or whatever. And if we have some help, all right, we can probably get something done. And let's put a little timer on ourselves to see if we can out talk it. No, I really just wanted to look back at my old world. I was gonna play it. I miss this world. It's actually not a bad game. I really enjoy it, but it's been so long. But oof, I'm remembering like almost everything. Some stuff are obscured. I do remember for a fact. I remember before we even had the buttons in the door in the back, we had beds kind of like right here. It was in a bunk bed style so that my bros can sleep here in the same house. And mine wouldn't fit, so that's why this whole room came about. I feel like I should cut right there. That's how this whole room came about. And I had my stuff here. I have like important items, um, all that stuff. And I remember catching a fish in a bucket and then going into here and then just throwing it on the floor. And then they were like, so confused, wondering why there was like a fish in the house. It was good times, man. Um, we got a bunch of random stuff. Like we got stone in here. We got stone and wood. That was actually supposed to be for pavement. But we haven't even done that. Anything that is for concrete that goes in here. I remember that. Yes, I know I'm live, YouTube. Thank you for reminding me. What else do we have? This is my workbench area, right? I got 2 furnaces. I don't know why I have 2. What did I have 2 for? Ooh. Should I? Nah, I'm gonna leave that. Memories of the clay that I've never finished baking. I'm gonna start with the downstairs area. I remember this was where I was keeping all the animals. We had a little banner there. That's where I was supposed to keep the food. I don't know why. I think I had this area because we were digging out a lot of stuff, like the whatever this thing is. But I might add something there. And then boom, we have a bunch of cows, pigs, chickens have their own room. So yeah, the chickens got their own room. Maybe we can make them breed. There you go. If we're lucky, okay. I think it said something like 1 in 1,000, or probably way more than that. But you throw an egg, and then it says like 3 or 4 chickens would spawn in from 1 egg. It's really rare. That happened to me one time, and I thought it was a glitch, but later on I ended up finding out that's actually something that can happen in the game. You can throw an egg and see 3 to 4 chickens pop out of it. It's really rare, but it's possible. So looking that up and finding out that it's something that can actually happen. Oof, dog's running wild there. But seeing that it's actually something that can happen, I was like, oh man, I guess it's not a glitch, and I scrapped the video there because I want to keep doing videos, but we'll see how that goes. It's already night. This was my resource room. Originally, this was just all blank. This was nothing, and I didn't even have this room in here. It was just this big empty room, and I was like, okay, well, I need to put resources somewhere. I need to organize a little bit, which I'm still not organized, but, we got anything that's like a stone, anything that's a wood. I put glass and glass, dye, and flowers. This might change up a little bit. Well, if I keep playing. And this literally, as it says, just straight up dirt. That's all that's in here. Just a chest full of dirt. Them water things, because I didn't know what to like put for it. So I got like some prismarine shards, heart of the sea, and a shell. I like how it says all kind of food, but it's really just potatoes. We just discovered a golden apple, and I barely started planting beetroot. This has nothing in it. This has nothing in it. I remember putting up this, like trying to make a table because I wanted to kind of fill up the room a bit. So like you can, I don't know, role play a little bit if you want. You could be like, oh, well, I hate dinner, or you could just be like this. Like, yeah, we're having a good meal, or I don't know. But originally there was a cake in the middle. I ended up eating it, so I might need to make another one. Defeated the Ender Dragon, so I decided to put his head there. I didn't know where to put it, so I put it there. Our enchantment room, not a bad room. Are you wearing a leather? He's wearing a leather tunic. All right, that's fine. But this was supposed to be like him. He's all gold, right? And he's supposed to be wearing all diamond, but clearly I'm missing some bits and pieces. But this is my enchantment room. Don't know how I decided to make this happen, but I did. I put lanterns for lights, and then I put the end rods. I think that's what they're called. I put the end rods in the corner of the room to be like a little extra light resource, because that side was a little bit dark. So I was like, all right, let's just balance it out. But this is actually a pretty impressive room. I really like it. I just wanted him to move his mouth, like to look like he's talking. We got more lights. This, I have no clue what armor to put. I should have put the leather on him. Oh, wait, no, I couldn't because the thing on his back would not allow me. Thank you. I mean, we barely even got past the house. Now, this part, oof, I remember this being a pain. I have nothing back here, so this is kind of pointless since I have all this space. But I remember having to make this, and I would struggle to just get up here because I had to constantly fill this with stone. But then once we did make it, the idea, which kind of Johnny took from me, is you'd be able to see kind of all around the map. So you could go here and you'd be like, oh, okay, this is the desert area, which I think it needs better lighting over there. As you can see, there's some lights over here. Like, there's so much stuff I have in this world that I just it's crazy to think that at some point we band together, played offline, right, or off stream because these guys rant their mouth about anything and everything. So um, that doesn't belong on the streams. But yeah, like the idea was just like, okay, you can come up here, you can look around, and see the little different areas, and that was impressive in my mind. I wish there was a way to decorate it a bit more, but it's fine. It's not really that used anyway, but it's fine. I'm gonna close that. But that's my house. It's not anything impressive, right? It's something. It's interesting. Um, the design is pretty weird. I'll give it that, because I mean, it's like I have a bed here, but then I have all my good resources up there, but then I have chests kind of scattered down here for resources as well. So it's pretty weird. Ooh, right here, I was trying to make a banner. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. Uh, I was trying to make a banner, and I think this is the one that came out the best. Somebody was saying like, oh, if you want to make like a bird design or whatever, and I was like, heck yeah, let me see how it goes. And it was a lot of stuff. You had to do like certain things over others and use certain colors, and I was trying to mix it up by using gray, purple, and then blue. It was all over the place, I guess, but it was pretty cool. So we're gonna switch it today, and we're gonna move on to the next. And I'm calling this the next building that was made, because I'm pretty sure, well, that it was the next building that was made. I'm using an axe, so I should be using the sword. Um, why does he have a fishing rod? Okay. This is actually the building that we got out of. It's the building that my bro Johnny made. Now that is a building here too. I never finished it up. But my bro Johnny, right? Because when he joined, we were just kind of talking and stuff, and we played, and I was like, well, it'd probably be better if you had your own little house, right? And he saw that I was digging up here, and this whole bit, this is in the mountain, or part of the mountain. I was digging out the mountain, as you can see right here. I was digging in two different spots, and I was trying to like even it out, but it was a good thing that I didn't, because I was cutting this part, and then I ended up cutting this part, and then this part is what he needed to cut to make it work. So he cut this, and then he made stairs, but we're gonna get to that in a second. So I remember this. He was working on the house first, and then he kept jumping up. The part that I worked on this house was the stairs, like the stair part, not the sides. He's got a low roof, or no roof rather, for the staircase. And I just remember thinking like, uh-oh. Oh, we're fine. I just remember thinking like, how is it that, how are we supposed to get up there faster, more efficient? Because for the most part, you would have to get to his house, you needed to keep jumping up the side of the mountain, and it's just like, I don't want to jump up the mountain all the dang time, How many creepers do we got to deal with? I feel like creepers show up more frequently. Maybe that's just me. But yeah. He was making the house, and imagine you just had to keep jumping up. You were like, yeah, I gotta go to my house. See ya. Doing all this. I was like, just make some stairs. He decided to make it go this way, so when he was up there, he made it go down a little bit. I had to like figure out where it was gonna land, and I ended up doing the stairs myself. And because he did ask at some point, so we did that. I think it connected it over here. We had to put the fence because we kept falling off. Let's cook the salmon actually, and now we wait. My stomach's growling. Let's get some more lemonade right here. There we go. Jeez. It took way long. How long? How long? How much is this? Where's the info? There we go. It's 3. Okay. Um, so that's his house. This is his house. He has it where you come in here. He has a bunch of furnaces. I don't know why, but he was making stuff with it, which I thought was cool. I did this one, the kelp block, because it's kind of like coal. He's got like some random stuff in here. I mean, it says it on the thing, but I'm not gonna read that. Then he made this floor. Now, when he did this originally, I remember this somehow. When he did this originally, he kind of built all the wood stuff first. So he did like the framing, and then here, I think he should have done it where like the bottom was wood also. I think that would have looked a little bit better. But he did it like that, where it was just the framing, and then most of this was missing glass. So like the first floor, I think, does the first floor not? Okay, no. So this floor has glass, right? And then like most of it was filled, not all of it. And this one, it was more or less the same. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fill in the glass for him. He came back. He's like, oh, it's all done. Thank you. I was like, yeah, no problem. But he has 3 different floors. So on the third floor, he has where he sleeps and I guess keeps his important stuff. But he has a bunch of stuff. He's like, this is going to be seeds and flowers. This is going to be any kind of food. This is going to be useful items. Because we classify them as different stuff. We got stone, we got the wood, we got the steel plank tools, etc. And this is all blocks, I guess, just to put whatever in there. Ingredients? Why do you have a leash in there? Metals and coal. So that one is more like just gold, iron, things like that. Tools and armor. And then this I never finished up, but I made this for him. You're supposed to come in here. This was supposed to be this. There's 2 different ways I wanted to do this. I wanted it to be where you could like, where is it? Like you could hit a button somewhere, or like go up there and hit it, and then it would move like this piece and something right above the door, like, and then it would basically open up to be like, yeah, look, here you go, ta-da, you know. Um, just to make them confused, like, why is there a door here, and then it leads to like a wall, you know. Um, but I never did any of that. Then originally I was just gonna leave it as a door. I didn't even put the door. But I remember everything about this because I was gonna put all of this with books and maybe have something right in the middle. Same on that side. And then here I was gonna put green glass, and then I think here I don't know if I wanted to keep putting books or if I was gonna put um, those armor stands so that his weapons like armor would be there to make it like low, etc. Probably would fit better here. I don't know. It's been so long since we played that. I don't even know what would be done. you know. He's got his 2 dogs here. I don't know why they're looking down like that, but we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? Got a little attic area. Ooh, excuse me. That leads to the roof, where you could see everything that we built in this little area, which I think is quite impressive, to be honest with you. Wow, this is just, like, looking at it, it's just so interesting to see. Like, look at everything that we've done. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I think at the same time he was making his house, I was trying to make this building, which was the Sears or Willis Tower, depending who you talk to. They're gonna say either the Sears Tower or the Willis Tower. I forgot when they changed the name, but we say both at this point. I still haven't even finished that building. It would be so tall that it would surpass the clouds, and this would make it the new kind of officially tallest building that there is. But yeah, like, there's so much to this, honestly, that it's insane. Now, this is a bit of a disappointment. He said he wanted to make something with lava and water, and he was going to use the glass to kind of separate everything. So I guess, like, this would have been lava or something, I don't know. Um, I'm too short. That sucks. Okay, we're just gonna have to take the fall damage. This I really wish. Like, I think I might end up coming into this and take out most of the glass. Or I might even use this pattern for something else. But I think I might just end up taking out the glass and um, see if I could make something with this. If there's a chance that I could make something with this, just replace glass with wood. And if I do, I'll replace the glass with the wood that we get from here, because I've been using wood here for for the longest. So we'll see how that goes. Um, but yeah, that's crazy. I mean, his house is a wonder. It's awesome. It's quite fantastic, to be honest with you. I literally didn't expect it from him, but he's got his own little house, so he's got it going. Um, eat the berries instead of the fish. Ooh, next, this one I helped him out with as well. So he did this, right? He did the little fence here to keep the llama, alpaca, whatever you want to call it. He did the stairs. It wasn't really completed when I came, but he did the stairs. Doesn't look too bad. And he was trying to do a tunnel. He was like, I want to do a tunnel all the way through, and it's supposed to lead into a garden. And I'm like, okay, well, where are you gonna have the garden? And so like we had to loop around, and he's like, I want it. Whoops. He's like, I want it right there. So I ended up having to like cut out the other side and being like, okay, we need to somehow do this. And then I had to cut out so much. He was maybe about here, I want to say, and then I just cut out like the remaining 8, and then I decided we needed to go down, because the way that we did it was, let's see if you can kind of see. Yeah, so right here, the final kind of thing, I digged out like that and then a little bit outward. And then I was like, well, how are we supposed to do this? And it was like, okay, well, let's try to do this. So he digged out like a little pattern. Um, Basically, it was just with this. Like, he just went whoop, whoop, whoop. That's all he did. Um, Originally, behind one of these, down here, I did a way out. So if you broke one of these, um, you would find a way out that leads just kind of across. I did cover it up, but I'm pretty sure that the tunnel that was there is still there. Um, but yeah, so I ended up having to help him with this. I'm putting stuff down. There's coal right there. We did the stairs. I was helping, to replace the floor with cobblestone, and this part was a little bit tricky. We were trying to figure out the pattern of like what he was doing. We are like, well, it kind of turns. How do we do it? So he ended up just going like, oh, just go boom, 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 and he fixed it. And I was like, okay, perfect. Because it had me confused. I saw everything at like an angle, in a sense, but he fixed it. He fixed it, which is great. Um, and then all this is fenced off, so nothing can get in. I mean, obviously you can get in. He has a little thing right here, but you do that, and then this would be his garden, which it probably needs a bit of a trimming. Um, this is where, I mean, well, obviously he has his garden. But there's so much stuff. I mean, he has cocoa beans that we gave him. Uh, he's got more seeds in here. He's got hose. Like, he's got everything in here. And if he wanted to, he has compost if he wants to, get rid of some stuff. Um, and then the last thing that he was working on, well, at least he says he was gonna do, is like a little tree garden or forest of some kind here. Um, I'm still unsure how that's supposed to work. Like, he has all this filled with stone. Um, so I'm very confused as to how he was going to do it. Like, I just don't understand what he was doing. Like, I could see this being some type of bridge, though. Like, if he decided, you know, like, it's pretty, it's pretty big. So if he would have, you know, had it where it goes straight across and maybe up a bit to match the elevation of that mountain right there, or that hill. And then this, maybe have it where it goes down in some spots because I wanted what I originally wanted to do. Now I don't know if he came back and he still had that same idea on his head. Um, what I wanted to do, and that's kind of why I have lights underneath, was to make this into some type of building. So it'd kind of be like a multi build, I guess. Basically, it serves more than one purpose. Um, so it would be like a building underneath, and then it could have like his little forest on top if you wanted to do so. I don't know. It was just an idea at the time. I remember still wanting to do it. Um, but it's not too bad. I really love what Johnny did in this world, and I don't let that many people come into my world to build. So it's pretty great to see that he did all this. Um, I mean, it's right here. The next thing I do want to work on, or rather show, is that building right here, the explosives or fireworks house. Now, I am gonna need to put more torches around. Like, there's just not enough lighting around here to keep the zombies at bay. I should have brought the dogs. Or wait, no. Do I have dogs? Yeah, I swear I have dogs somewhere. Um, yeah, there's like not enough lighting to keep the animals. There's nothing to keep them at bay. I don't even have shears to turn this pumpkin into a jack-o'-lantern. Um, but we do have I did scatter pumpkins around, okay? Don't judge me. But this building, and I should have talked about it a bit more when I was in the Johnny's roof. See, I got fireworks, stars, and rockets. They're supposed to be in there. And then all the ingredients for it were supposed to be in here. And basically what you do is, you'd make them, you'd put all the gunpowder, and you would put them in here. Now, I do have some in here already. Like, I have 5 there, 2 in there. Does H1 have, like, 2? Okay, that has quite a bit. But this one has a lot. And the goal was you would hit the switch, and immediately the first ones to go off would be this one. And then it would go... I forgot which way it would go. I think it's like this. Like, it would go all around. So this would go off 2 times, essentially. Like this, over and over. So this would go off with that and that. So it would go pew, boof, and then 2. Pew, boo, boo. Then 1 again, then 2. And that was kind of the pattern. It would go all around, until eventually, well, they all ran out. And it was awesome. I really loved doing that. And that was, so whenever we, like Johnny can see from his house, we were all supposed to go up there and see it. I'm still kind of iffy. Like, originally what I wanted was to have this, like, long, kind of, how do you say, let's get this out of here. I wanted to have this long tunnel that leads from somewhere in the house. Like, we could figure out a way to, how do you say, like, this part we really don't need too much of, so like I could cut out a square and then just go downward spiral and then have it go all the way down and across. But then that just wouldn't really make too much sense, like in design wise. Like, what would be in that corner here? Like, just some random button, right? Like, that you push here, and then you could see from here, but I don't know. It was a whole mess, but it's still something, like, even though now I don't play it as much as I used to, it was always something that we try to do. We kind of give more credit for effort and ideas than we do with just, like, Don't know if that made any sense. Let's go, because this is a big project too, and we should go with this. So I have a back door that leads all the way to a cemetery. Okay. And there's some uniqueness, some stuff that I love about this. Now, I saw the picture online, and I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna copy that. I like the way it looks. So I ended up just using some, like, mossy stone and then scattering that around and stuff. But you do this, and then I built this, and then inside you're supposed to see this, and it's pretty crazy. Although Minecraft, you should probably figure out like how to build some stuff, or rather prioritize. Like if I go into this and then I go out to the Nether and then I use it back, like shouldn't it just put you back to where you last end? But no, it puts you back into this. Like, ugh, whatever. So the way that we're doing this, or at least the way that I used to do this originally, was this side was going to be for all the animals that I would have that would die, because obviously they would just die. Um, and then this side, due to this guy right here, Master of Beyblade, he had the idea like, hey, what if you just, you do a thing like a YouTuber wall, or people who subscribe to you and whatnot. And I was like, that's not too much of a bad idea. So I ended up doing that. I ended up changing whatever the heck I had on here into a YouTuber slash, yeah, I guess YouTuber wall plaque, but I did it as a cemetery instead. Um, so Master of Beyblade, his name was really big, so I did that. World of J is also big. PB Joey, I could have probably fit, um, but I made it like that. And Chase Miller is a bit of a goof. Um, so right here, we just did it this way. We did it on the Epic account name. I could have just added a regular name, but I was like, let's just do the Epic account names of these two. So I didn't even put the rest in peace, but I do have Ryan M11, good guy Ryan, and oh Tick My Tack, which is Tic Tac. And then now we got the dog scratching the door. Hold on. Alright, I don't know why I decided, hey, let's turn the screen blue. But yeah, so that's our thing so far. It's really not that many people, to be honest. We got 2 here. Well, I don't know if I want to still count Tick My Tack. He was a pretty nice guy, but I don't see him that often. Chase Miller was just a guy we ran into. And these are the boys, and then we got Master of Beyblade. So these are gonna stay the same. Master of Beyblade, I can't really change because I mean his name is so long, and Chase Miller is definitely one that we will definitely change. So yeah, good guy Ryan, you're in my cemetery because yeah, why not? You're along with. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're along with 5 others. You're number 6. Because it was just again, like I said, it was just like, why have a cemetery full of like unknown names and stuff? Like that was in my head at least, and it was a good idea. Like, yeah, let's do a YouTuber thing, and then put them on the coffins. And I was like, yes, that's a great idea. That was in my head. I was talking to myself like that. Like, hey, what if you did that? And I was like, yeah, it's really great. Why didn't you tell me sooner? And I was just like, I don't know, man. I just thought about it right now. And I was like that. So, that's our little story here. So everybody that's going to be awesome people, subscribe. Oh my gosh, you know what I realized? I didn't put Ethernet Master. It's okay. We're going to put Ethernet Master on that one. Everybody's going to share plaque. So that means we'll have 4. Oh boy, I gotta do more math. Where is my calculator? Where is my pen? And where is my paper? That is not a pen. Hold on. I want to see how many exactly. Now, it's probably a really big number that's going to be like a stretch for us, realistically speaking. But, it doesn't hurt to try. So we have. We're going to do a. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ooh, okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. So all we need to do is 7 times 4 times 2. That is 56. And then we also need to add 4, which is going to be 60. And then if we multiply that by 4, we have a maximum, okay, as a possibility. We have a maximum of 240 names that we can add onto our little cemetery. Now, I can add more, right? As you can see, there's space here, There's space over there. I can add a whole nother column or row. Sorry, column would be the other way. um, we can add another row of these little graves if we ever reached more than 240 subscribers or something. Well, then again, if you have really long names, like so, Beyblade guy, um, we might need to cut some of them short. Maybe, if possible. But if you are like a really dedicated person, keeps coming back and whatnot, like these two, then I'm definitely going to keep you as your own little plaque. Although these people might move. Again, this is just me throwing out ideas and thoughts and stuff. Um, if we have a lot, we'll eventually add in the people, more dedicated and kind and, doing great in our little community that we're hopefully building. Their names will be around the Nether portal, or maybe we should put it in there. No, I'm not gonna go in there. That's horrible. But yeah, we'll put the names inside here, and then you would see like just a bunch of names, all around, maybe scattered. This is where all the people go. This is it. This is just, if you're a great person on YouTube and this is, you're recognized, this is where you'll go. Which is really weird to say. But this is where I put everybody. So don't worry, don't feel insulted that you're dead in my Minecraft world. Be happy about it, because now you're in the Zaben life. Ooh, that sounded good and weird at the same time. I'm not really sure if I'm proud of that. The Zaben life sounds like something I should use as a business motto. Whew. All right. Why did I make that cemetery? I just wanted to make a cemetery. The island. This was originally an island. I remember, and then I just filled it up with all this cemetery stuff. Boom. I don't know why a cemetery. This is a guest house. All right, we're gonna move on to the next thing. This is a guest house. So if I did have somebody come over who maybe doesn't play too often or whatnot, this is where they would come. Obviously, it really doesn't have much. The bed's not even here. It's always missing for some reason. I'll put it down for a freaking second, and it goes missing. But it's cool. Little place to cook right here. I mean, of course, you can throw it in the furnace. Dang, I put a lot of coal in it. It's not really much. There's nothing impressive. Like I said, this is just a guest house. So if somebody wanted to live here, before, this is the house you live in before you make your own house. So that's probably why there's never a bed. They just take it thinking, hey, I lived here, so this is my bed. What else? This was actually a big project as well. This took over 1,500 blocks of wood. It could have been 2,000, and I think this is my cousin's dogs. Yep. And yep. And we still have wood here too. It's insane with the amount of stuff. Now, originally what I was doing was with sand, I kind of made a square, and I was trying to figure everything out. What does suck though is I was making this correctly the first time around, and then I thought I was doing it wrong because I was like, oh, it needs to go, down and then down and then down and then like that. But I'm like, what? I was confusing myself basically. But then I did it like this, and then I realized originally it's supposed to just go straight down, I think. I can't even remember, to be honest. I just know I curved it. I did my best with it. I think if I were to arrange it a little bit differently, like if I made, if I made this go back one, like that, I think. No, I think that one's fine. I think these needed to be back one. Like this, if it went back one, you would land in the water, and then this one, of course, stays the same, land in the water. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But this is a long project. We needed to build, the tree itself, and we had stairs going around it, and, it just goes and goes. I helped my little cousin with this. This was actually my cousin's idea, and we ended up working with it. He was like, I want to build this. I saw it on YouTube, and I was like, all right, I'll help you out. So there was that way, and of course, there's this way. So there's two different ways to get in and get out. This could probably be used as like a room for chests. Who knows? I haven't really been working on it. Little thing there. Missing the stuff. This was all done in survival, let me say that. Uh, I would do. I don't like. Let me just say now, I really don't like doing. It's funny how I don't like being creative in creative. Creative mode, you fly around, you have the ability to use all the blocks and do whatever you want, and yet I'm like, eh. But I did this all in survival, and it brings. And I'm just saying, if anybody does want to give it a try to play it that way, now I don't know how many people actually do play it that way. Um, do it like this. I don't know how many people actually do play it that way, but if you actually want to try it, I would say definitely go for it because that's how I'm always playing. I think that's maybe a new way for people to try and play, is to be pretty creative doing it in survival. It's definitely a challenge when building some stuff. Um, like for here, the challenge for the most part was trying to build a house without having to fall off. um, I think there was a couple times that we did fall, or we got attacked by the phantoms, those little flying creatures. Um, but honestly, you just got to keep it going. It's such a big world. We took down so many different trees in the area, and yet there's still quite a few trees. There were so many trees, we took those down. Like, there was a bunch up here. Now you only can see only a few. We'll probably put some more trees, like, in these areas because it's kind of blank. I don't know what's that glowing over there, but we'll probably check that out. Um, but yeah, like this was all done in survival. This is all done in survival. Like I said, it definitely brings a new way to play the game, in a sense, because you gotta dig up the materials, you gotta use them, then you gotta go. Oh man, I ran out, and I gotta go make more. Oh, my pickaxe broke or stone axe broke. I need to get another one. So it brings I guess some realism, I guess, um, and it's pretty dang fun. Let's see what else. This was supposed to be the little slide that my cousin wanted. So it doesn't really work. I'm gonna try to navigate. So basically you would fall down, right? This is fine. But you land on the wood because, it's uneven or it's not shaped right. Then you would go this way. Not shaped right. The heck? Okay. And this is where we get into problems. The water is not like leveled out, so you get stuck here. And you gotta walk it. Walk it. And then same here, like it goes left and right. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then the water here pushes against you. I did all of it wrong pretty much, but you would land back here. um whoa, 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 I see that creeper going here. Woo! Well, at least we get to go through the secret tunnel, I guess. Kind of, not really. You would go in here. This is what my cousin wanted to do. He wanted a way for him to get into the whoa. I didn't even know that was something you could do. Oh wait, no, I think I did. I don't remember anymore. But he wanted a little secret, quote secret, just rather a tunnel. He just wanted a tunnel to get there. I don't know why he used glass. Maybe just for the look of it. But that's what he did, and he put a little bit of water on the top, which I'm not sure why. um, but that's kind of that. Oh my god, I'm standing in lava. I don't remember that. This one I actually helped him out with as well. I remember he's like, "Oh, I want this house. I want this house." I was like, again, I'm like, "Yeah, I got you, man." So, uh, this wasn't even built yet. The first thing that I did for him was help build his house, and I was like gathering all the stone, measuring everything, and like figuring it out. Going along with whatever the video was showing me that he wanted. Um, and it turned out pretty well. I mean, I don't know if he really uses this floor for anything. Yeah, large chest is empty. And, okay, that's got some stuff. Maybe he did use it for something. But then you'd come up here, and he's got like a little balcony area so you can see everything. It looked really nice. It still kind of does, to be honest. Does he have 2 bins? Oh, he does have 2. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Okay. So he has that. I ended up doing this. I don't know if I did that on accident. I don't remember that. But he did all this for himself. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put a microwave here. I'm gonna put the books here." Um, originally he wanted to have a second floor, and we could have if we didn't have like some of this stuff up there. But I think it does look better without it. To be honest, it looks quite better. Um, We did lanterns instead of just regular torches. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, he's got a bow in here, two beds, emerald, gold apple. It's not much. It's a pretty simple house. I mean, whoa. Don't mind if I take your stuff. No, I'm joking. Um, but yeah, he's got quite a lot of stuff in here. And it's such a simple little design. Then, if I remember correctly, he saw my greenhouses, which is like over there. We'll get to it in a bit. He saw my greenhouse design, and he decided to make his own. So he did yellow stained glass with stone, and it's huge. Like he's just like when we were doing this, he's like, "Can you just plant whatever around here?" Like he originally had like a thing of carrots, a whole thing of wheat, um, potatoes, and I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna try to keep it the same." But it's huge. Kind of looks like a flag in a way, like if you whoa. Okay, that was weird. I got stuck. Like if you invert it, it's like wannabe American flag, but then like instead of a bunch of stripes, it's just the colors. I don't know. I wish I could draw it out. If I draw it out, it would be like that. But he's got some cows. This I remember because he wanted to breed a bunch, and then he was just gonna kill them when he needed it. Okay, our noises. Horse. It's got a horse in here. That's about it. I didn't know if you have like a bunch of these open, it basically just lets you walk through. I didn't know that. But because of him, I did learn it. I did learn it. Didn't even know we had little islands there. That's cool. It's like realistic. And then here, he tried doing his own. You could tell it's man-made. He tried doing his own treehouse. I remember because he did this, and he was trying to do something. He never finished. Like the idea was he would have stuff in here, but he never put stuff in here. So maybe it is finished, but he never put stuff in there. And it doesn't look bad, but like, you know, a little bit of improvements would have been pretty great. It would go a long way. And then lastly, of course, this bridge. Oof. This kid somehow made this bridge, and I love it. Like, it's just, it looks good. It literally looks good. We've ended up learning that you can put lanterns on the fence like that, and we're like, yes, this is the way to go. So now this is the bridge design that we're gonna keep from now on. And then we ended up mixing banners here. So we got the Nether, I think, and then the evil villager stuff, right? Ta-da! He was like, I'm gonna use it as a threat. I'm like, right, good one. So you can like warn off the other evil villagers, I guess, that never show up. We're getting shot at, so we're actually gonna go through here. I was gonna cut some of this down, but I changed my mind. So this is Joey's house, right? Ouch. This man had a copy of the video. Now I remember him. I don't know if he got upset, but I remember laughing because like every time the guy in the video would say something, he would always add in like all around. So it'd be like add stone all around the house or something like that, or like, hey, make sure that you're adding it all around. I'm like, oh my god. So like he would add some stuff, and he'd be like, guys, I need some. He'd be like, I need some wood, and then I'm like, why? Does it need to be all around the house? Like it was, it didn't even matter. Like he could be like, oh, I need an axe. Why? Is it gonna go all around the house? And he would get annoyed. He's like, you know what? Whatever. Good stuff. He has a jukebox. I don't know why he wanted a jukebox. We could barely find, like, we find discs, but it's not even the good kind. It's the like annoying kind. But he has that. He has his own little. This is probably why Johnny doesn't even have a bench, because this guy has this. Come on, there we go. He's got a little 200. No, what is this? He's got a 4-meter TV. What the heck? Oh, I heard something rattling in my room. I got kind of like freaked out. Thought something was gonna jump at me. No, doing the dab. He's got a bed in here. It's where he sleeps. This is where he cooks everything. This is where I was sleeping. This is the bed that's supposed to be in the house. I already know it. No, this is actually Johnny's bed. I remember. His bed's yellow. It's all his stuff. It's not much. Again, like, we did pretty small things. Again, all in survival, let me add, okay? Because we had good guy Ryan ask a second ago. I'm gonna break this. At least we break one. If we could break one a day, okay, no, that would take forever. We'll break them more later on. But it's just, it blocks, it obscures his house. You can kind of still get a good look since we're up close, but from far it obscures it. Okay. Now, before we continue expanding, I believe, to the west, I want to go east really quick. I want to go east. So we're going to try to giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go, all the way over there. Now, I would talk a bit more about that Sears Tower, Willis Tower. Again, depends the people that you talk to. Come on, there you go. But the barn. I ended up making this barn. Now, this serves, again, serves two purpose, and that's what I like when I make some stuff that has more than one purpose. So I saw this barn, I was like, I gotta make it. Gotta make it. I ended up doing the floor with gray concrete. I actually might break that part and just dig up the gray concrete myself to use for the tower instead. But we got freaking a horse named Larson, and that's actually a reference to my Red Dead Redemption series, right? He's not the same color, but it's supposed to be a reference to my Red Dead Redemption. Then we got Donkey as Donkey, just because I didn't know what to do. We got the skeleton horse, which is interesting, and we have like 50 of these llamas over here. I might change the design a bit though. Like for example, I might, we have a gate here, so I might break this to make another gate. You know what I mean? That way, like I did it for here. So if I were to ride the horse, I could just go in and out, in and out. Of course, it's like a puzzle, but you could go in and out. Yeah, so let's just keep going to the now this tunnel, if I remember correctly. Oof, there was so much digging just to get across. We had so much stone. Most of the stone that I got from this I ended up using on the walls. I was looking up like what would be a good design for a tunnel, and then I was just like, okay, I found this one. It's more like a bridge pattern, but I ended up taking it, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to use this and, see where it goes. So I love the way that it looks. It's kind of like a bell shape or something, but here we are. This is I'm going to call the unfinished area, okay? Now, what I've done here, when I originally came to this spot, I built this watchtower, right? So you come up here, and there's a bed here because, I mean, you get attacked by everything. And you can kind of get a little bit of a view of everything from here. You can see, like, I was trying to make some sand castles that I saw right here. Can't really see much of the area we were just at, but that's really about it. Now, this kind of steals the show for a couple reasons, and we're gonna explore to let you know why. Wow, I'm surprised that actually worked. We are going to be running out on food. I probably should have grabbed some when we were out there. In fact, don't we have... Yes, we got 6 here. All I'm hearing is noises from the walls, which is kind of a weird thing to say. So, a couple things. One, this was a death trap. Because originally when we came here, and you could see down there all that sand... This was covered in sand. And, we were digging, and, well, my cousin originally was digging and doing stuff. And then he hit something on one side. And then he was just like, oh, whoa, what the heck? He's like, there's a cave under here. And then he's like, put some water. So I go and put some water somewhere around here, I believe. I could be wrong. I mean, my buddy ended up taking it out, so I don't remember where I put it, but I remember seeing all this just go woof, straight down, and I went down with it and died. I was just like, oh my gosh. It was insane. But yeah, so that's under the house. So originally, my cousin was the one that was moved in here and lived. He had it where this was where there was a way to come in here. I think this part covered in dirt was the way in, and then you had a way up. And this is what my friend did. She did the glass because after my cousin moved out, and again the house that I made for him, uh, she ended up moving into here and kind of took over. So she did the glass, which is actually pretty impressive. Imagine, walking over some glass and underneath you is just this, like, I don't know, 50. Let's just, I don't want to say 50. Let's just say for safety, almost like 70-meter drop. It's pretty far. Um, so you go up, you go up. She designed this. She put more doors. Originally, it was just two, like this. She put more doors and stuff. And this was mostly her. So she ended up putting the wall design like this on both sides. Originally, it was just an empty room. The wall wasn't even there. That's her horse. And it was just that door wasn't even there. It was just this. And what she ended up doing was she made a bunch of what is this? She made a smoker. She made a bunch of chests, and each is supposed to be its own thing. I literally just go through each one until I find what I need, because somehow she's more organized. Like, she knows where she puts stuff, and I don't. I'm just like, I don't, what? But yeah, she has like over a bunch of chests filled with just random stuff, and somehow she knows like which one would it be. This, I think, if I remember correctly, was just her way to mine. So if she ever needed to just dig up some materials, you go down that long tunnel there, and there's a long tunnel over there. But this was just for her to dig. Now, I thought she was going to use this as like a room or something, maybe, who knows. It's unfinished. Again, we have not played this in a month, maybe a bit longer than that. So that's that. And then this horse needs to get out of the way. So she played with the idea that my cousin had. So originally my cousin, you need to move, horse. I cannot. Dismount. Okay. So originally my cousin had it where you would go up a stair, and then you would climb a ladder to go up. But my friend was like, "No, I don't like that." So she ended up putting in stairs to go all the way up. And in this room, I think maybe had a bed, or she added a bed. No, I think she added a bed as like a midway point. So that way if she needed to, she could just do that. And what's cool about this is she fixed the glass designing here. So it was like a weird little thing, and then she decided to fix it. So it's like this square shape, which is actually pretty dope. I do like it. Then you go up some more, right? This I think was the max height. I think that my cousin maybe went, but she kept going further and pushing it, and went further and further. And then we're gonna close this. And now you got this big kind of open area with all these trees just kind of floating because we didn't cut it right. I am probably going to use later on like a fire charge, something to burn all this, because I mean, how we're not going to be able to grab it and then dig that. Like, it's just going to be a nuisance. So it'd rather just be easier to just burn it. But she did all this, and I was trying to help her out, like make it look somewhat realistic by adding in this thing of dirt. Maybe I'll add in stone later, but you could see a pretty good, fair amount of stuff. Like if she needed to look over the area for the sand people, I'm gonna call them sand people because villagers didn't come to my mind at the time. Yeah, the sand people. She want to look over them. She could. She could come as far as to here to see my house. Again, the Willis Tower, the tree house. Like, it's pretty interesting to see how far everything kind of expands. And of course, there's a building there, which is just the housing for the Nether portal. Nothing really important, so I'm not really gonna go over that. And well, you could see the sandcastle building that I never finished either. Eat some more. And I think she had food, so hopefully she doesn't mind that. As long as I replace it, I suppose. So in here, I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be. Like a jail? I don't know. It looks interesting, just don't know the purpose of it. Then here, she has like a bunch of buildings. It's interesting to see that she just lets it like connect like that. But she has like an open area here. I think she said she was gonna use it like a courthouse or something. I can't remember exactly. Um, I mean, I know for a fact she definitely was not done because all this is what. Whoa, what was she making here? I wonder if this is supposed to be like a window or something. Um, or it's just a way for her to go up and down. Well, like maybe here she can go up and build walls and stuff. I don't know. All I do remember is we had so much. Look at all these torches that she has around. Um, we had so much snow. See, like she had so much snow that I was turning them into blocks. Like that's how much snow it was. And we still, well, obviously, they keep spawning, spawning, spawning. But she's right underneath the clouds. So I don't know what she's gonna do. She's just like, if I go back into this world and I was like, hey, you didn't, remember when we were doing this world? Let's keep doing it. Like, what she would keep doing to expand this, I have no clue. But it's a pretty interesting build. Like, if she can finish up that building, I would love to see how it goes down. And then here, I think she said she just wanted trees to just be growing. So maybe we'll probably take the seeds again from whatever tree this was and then just plant it again. If I had to make a guess, it's probably these oak saplings. Lots of wood, and she's got some food. I'm gonna take some of them apples. I said some of them. Jesus. Even my character is a little bit greedy. Actually, no, 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 no. We're gonna leave the apples. I'm gonna take the berries. So this is kind of, to me, I thought this was kind of interesting, that it's at least, I don't know if you want to say 2 or 3, like a 2 or 3 person project in order to get that done. And it's insane. But now we gotta keep going down and down. I should have just slept in the bed. Turned it into day. Wouldn't have to worry about anything. Now, I am not gonna go into their mines, because it doesn't make sense to go into the mines. But, if we're gonna go through the tunnel because I rather play it safe than sorry. Dang, we've been talking for like an hour. That's insane. And I'm still not even done with the other portion of the map. There's still 2 parts I haven't shown. One of them is not as impressive. So, depending how much time, maybe I still will show it anyway. It's kind of a long adventure, so I might not, but we'll see. Just gonna sleep at my boy Joey's house. That'll make life easier on me. Do 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 do. Come on, come on, come on. Still love how run jump is somehow the fastest way to get around. I'm gonna sleep in his bed. Perfect. So now that we got that out of the way, there we go. Some pointless chests. I remember my cousin putting that down. This was Joey's old house. We're going into like old. We're getting past the old and we're getting into the new. Well, this was Joey's old house, which I'm using for storage. So originally he had it where, and I wish he would remember how to build because this room is so tiny. Whoops. There we go. Because he has this little attic area, right, that he doesn't need. So if he would have, built it regular, I suppose, or the same way he did with the bottom, which is have, 3 squares, I think it would have been better. But the attic area, I think he only had for the glowstone lights. There was no point for it, but he wanted it, so he ended up doing it. Again, no point in it, so I ended up using it for a, what do you call it? I ended up using it for, oh my goodness, how am I forgetting my mind? A storage, jeez. So everything in here is just what I use or what I decided to put in here. The only thing lighting up the room is this, okay. The only thing lighting up the room are these sea pickles. I remember he was like, I want it to look kind of like you're walking on water or something. And I was like, yeah, you can't really do that. This is the best you can do. You're walking above the water. Unless, you have water, like, along the edges, you know what I mean? Unless he puts like, whoa, 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 whoa. Unless he put like water in water. If he put glass like in here, then it would look more, I guess, somewhat. Well, of course, bottom needs to be water also, but whatever. Um, and then the last old thing here is this greenhouse that I use like orange and what pink. I don't know what color that is. But yeah, so you just have some things growing in here. It's nothing crazy, nothing too impressive, but I thought it was all right. But this right here has got to be my favorite project of them all. I really wanted to do, ouch. What I really wanted to do was, oh yeah, and I remember this. I put Athenia and End Portal. That's what I was calling the place, but um, oh my eye. I remember this just starting off as me asking my bro like, hey, um, it'd be dope if there was a way for us to get across, right? And there's obviously no way for us. Like, I maybe will change the design of it so that way we can take horses. Like, I might just get rid of this one, but we need that one in order to get out. See what I mean? So maybe I won't change it. Kind of depends. I really don't know at the moment. I mean, I probably won't overall. I'll probably put like a lesser, smaller bridge on the side. But I remember asking my bro like, "Hey, dude, what if we can put a bridge to just kind of get across the water faster? Because you using swimming, it looks kind of like you're slower. Maybe using more energy." Um, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, sure." Um, he's like, "Let's do that." And I was like, "Well, how big do you think?" And we were kind of, I think this was it right here actually. We were using dirt to be like, oh, maybe we should make it like this. And I'm like, okay, well, if we do that, then I'll make it this tall and whatever. And eventually, we ended up having a bridge. So it started off with just me doing the bridge. Like, I'd started somewhere like here, and then I just went across doing a pattern. So it went from where I was right there all the way to here, and then I would repeat the pattern that was underneath the bridge over and over and over, and I just repeated that until eventually we did get across. And I think I repeated it what 4 times? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I only did the pattern 4 times, and then we had to make it look good, and I was like, it would look out of place if it was just like some stairs going up to a bridge. Like it's like what kind of what is that? So I was like, hey, do you know, like, or not know, but do you remember the twins from Game of Thrones? And he's like, the twins? Like, what? And I was like, yeah, when Robb Stark, right? I believe that was like season 2 stuff. But I was like, when Robb Stark's trying to talk with the Tarly, I think it's the Tarly, about having access to, um, what's it called? Having access to the twins, which is this giant bridge to cross this river, which is able to move over hundreds of even thousands of troops and men. So I was like, yeah, like, do you remember that? Like, he was trying to move his troops over, and then I think that's the whole thing. Oh no, I think it might have been the Frey. But it was the whole thing, like, oh, but you have to marry one of my daughters if you're going to use the bridge and fight the war and whatnot. So, um, we ended up doing that. So we were like, well, what do we do? And I sent him something that looked kind of like that. And he was like, all right. So we ended up doing that. And I was like, okay, well, since it looks like that, I ended up doing this. I seen somebody do this. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And I'll make it go across. I'll work with it. And it came out pretty darn well. For most part, this was like a one-man project. Um, at most 3. At this time, we didn't even have all the stone and stuff. So I had my bro Joey grabbing stone and tossing it over. I had Johnny deciding, or rather building this, and he didn't build it all the way. We built it up. I want to say we built it up to, oof, maybe to that ceiling. I want to say that's how tall we made it, just to that part of the ceiling. Um, And I was like, well, are you going to come back to it? Are you going to design it? Like, what's going to happen? And he's like, oh, you can do whatever you want with it. So it's a little bit funny. This feeling inside. No, I'm joking. The big fish. So what ended up happening was eventually a freaking traveler came along and now his llama stuck up there. Um, but what ended up happening was I ended up building this, the remainder of this, and then I put fire on the top so that way we wouldn't have anything up there. And then for the most part, I kept trying to figure out how can I design that? You know, can I put some glass? Can I put some, materials? Oh, I have a dog. Nice. I was trying to figure out for the most, like, what do I do to make the place look better, and I really couldn't figure out much, so I kind of left it as it is. It wasn't until we did, what is it called? The Nether, or the End, I mean, that I ended up adding in the flags. But even before that, right, the idea was, okay, well, how are we gonna light up the bridge? And at the time, I think we had torches up on here. Now, like, because this creatures spawn and they do stuff like that. So what I ended up doing was playing around a bit with the bottom. So what I ended up doing was I was like, it'd be awesome if water would come out the bridge. Like, wouldn't that be cool or whatever? And sure enough, I put the daylight sensors to work with the water. And originally, the glowstone was supposed to be on the inside glowing, but then I realized, like, it doesn't look right all the time. Like, it should turn off during the day. And that was in my mind. So it took me a while to figure out how to do it, but I had to invert it in some way. Or I think all I had to do was just put invert, and it turned off. Like, if you just have the stone right next to it, it turns it off. And then this, if it's turned off, it'll let the water run through. And I was like, yes, this is perfect. I'm gonna do it for all of them. So it looks awesome. And then, kind of, you could see where it, like, merges into the swamp area, which is kind of funny. So it just looks like dirty water instead of clean water, like the one that's over there, but it's cool. It took me so much time. I don't know how many weeks, honestly. You could probably look back at, like, some of my old videos and probably see how long I've done it, but it swear it took me so long to build it. And on this side, we have this vine here. I wish it would have grown more because I'm completely fine with letting it look like this side has moss, and, since it's a swampy area, I'm completely fine with one side looking dirty and the other side not. We might get rid of some of this. I was originally going to do that where, this looks like some type of, like, foundation or something, and we would carve out a way where it looks like, kind of like a tunnel, but not really. But then it just ended up coming out like this, and I was like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna go over here to the right side, because this is what I built way before I even built that stuff on the left. On the left, I'm really proud of me doing all that. It was all me doing stuff, but this is what I was originally going to do. So as you can see, this is what I guess the Minecraft world would call a modern house, right? And originally this is what I was gonna have as, like, its own section. And for some reason, when I came to this part of the map, I was like, dude, we should have, like, a section of things where, like, we could have a bunch of houses and make a little neighborhood or something, and scatter it all around. And I made it, and then later on I was just like, wow, I really wish I didn't make this, because what I built over there, and it's probably a spoiler that you're already seeing it, but when I built this, when I started building that, at least, it made me regret that I built this. And then, I tried to play with the idea, like, oh, maybe we can, work around it. Maybe we can do this and do that. But part of me is still most likely just going to end up getting rid of that building, if ever in the future, and going on with this theme right here, which is more of a medieval knights, whatever you want to call it. Because I made this big castle. And yet, I mean, I still need to move a lot of my stuff, but I made this whole thing all by myself. The only thing that I didn't do by myself, no, even I built this by myself. What am I talking about? The only thing that I didn't do would probably be the tracks that are underneath it. It's kind of funny. I still have no clue if that symbol, like, if that's supposed to be a symbol or something. But this was a crazy project, okay? So the way that it worked Oh, there's a hole there. The way that it worked was I built the castle. As you can see, parts are not the same because we did have creepers spawning in, and you know, there's not enough lighting apparently for this structure for them to not, you know, like spawn in. No matter how much I try, there's just never enough. Like heck, right now we don't even have enough for anything. But I've been trying my best to light up each and every one of these rooms. Even over there, there's a tone of just black. Like, put a light there. I think this is where I have the sheep trapped. Yep, sheep trapped there, so that way if I ever need them, I could, you know, grab them. But this project I ended up starting way back. Like I remember there was doors all here because I made what would you say, like the foundation or the blueprint or the layout on the floor, and then I was starting to build up the pillars. There's these pillars here that are supposed to look like they're holding up the building, and you know I was starting to work on that, and then my bros were just all over messing around, putting doors all over the place, and I'm just like, what the heck's going on? But lucky for me, they were putting doors all over the place because I had to put doors there, and you know, it's kind of scattered around. But there's a few ways to get around. Like this, I think I'm gonna probably keep, like where it's just one and then it's like that. I think, did I do that to this side? Hold on. No, oh, I did. Okay, I thought I didn't for some reason. So basically, you go like this, and you'd be on the second floor. That definitely needs lighting, and then you could go, or you could go into the corners and, you know, use a ladder, and that would let you go up to the third. Which the rooms are not done. This is supposed to be an enchantment room. I think that's supposed to be my armory. I don't remember. Because almost every room, like, see, like if a guest came, I guess that's what I was doing. No, this was supposed to be the room where I would do like all my stuff, like if I needed to craft some stuff and whatnot. This is my room right here. I believe this is the one, because like I said, I was just putting things in rooms and kind of hoping, like, just for the idea, like, okay, if people come over, is there going to be a bed, is there going to be something? So those are those so that's kind of that. Yeah, same thing, right? Those that's that, same thing. So this is the roof part of this portion of the castle. Okay. As you can see, we have a traveling merchant in here, so you know it's successful. And there it is. Every part of this you can climb up, and you know, you can do whatever you want. Now, some of them aren't built exactly the same. Like that, I believe, I'm looking at it correctly, is missing a block. And I think I could have sworn one of these was built higher than the others, unless I fixed that. But it's an awesome way to just, you know, look around and whatever. I can't believe he actually has his zombies in here. That's the first time. I've never seen him do that. Well, I see him do it with the twins, but not here, which is what we're calling Athenia, because I couldn't think of a name, and I was thinking Athena, and then Athenia kind of came to mind, but whatever. So a couple more things in this area. This is like the miners spot. I call it the miners shack. I could have sworn I had something here for people to put stuff away and build. It's not good, but the idea was you were supposed to press this button, and then what it was supposed to do is push you, and then this was supposed to switch out, so you would go like down and then here, and then you would push that one, and what it's supposed to do again is touch this thing and turn it so that way you would go this way, and then originally the track was supposed to connect. Like, it's this whole mess. Like, it's not gonna work because even though I tried, I still can't get it to work for me. Maybe if somebody else knows it, they could probably help out. But the idea was, like, since this is the original, the idea was that the original would be the same thing here. Like, it would go left or something. Oh gosh. So the idea was just basically when you would push it, this track would change, and on the other side, it would just connect right back into um, where you started off. But basically, this is just where you'd mine. So you could do whatever you want in here. I mean, you can mine this way, that way, whatever you want. Um, we mined in here a couple times, so we're not really trying to not really trying to do much in this area, but we do have at least a chest here full with stone. So, you know for a fact we're definitely going to be coming back for that eventually. I tried with that. I don't know how to work the mine carts, but we'll eventually will one day. As you can see, I did make this. This is kind of an afterthought. Like, I just decided, like, okay, this is that. And then I'm like, okay, is this the middle of that? Like, okay, perfect. And then I looked this way, but I'm like, is this the middle of that? I'm like, okay, yeah, it is. Like, I was trying to make sure everything was at least kind of, like, even, I suppose, if you want to call it that. And then this is a path that I made that would take you to get this. If we could make a left to the smithy. So you'd go in here, and, well, I should probably put more stuff. I need an anvil, like, somewhere around here. Probably a workbench here. All I have is just a furnace and some lava. He's not in the roof, is he? He could be. Because there is a gap in there. Well, we have gray dye here. We'll probably end up using that later on. But yeah, this isn't too bad. It's a really small building. Like, it looks big and everything just because of just the design and the way that the attic and whatnot. But it looks really cool. I love it. I really do. And then this is kind of where I left off. I remember I was going to build... Somehow I was going to build a path that would go all the way across, and then you would have a path that would go either straight ahead or you would go here. And in this one it says Windmill Farm. That's just the name of it. This is Windmill Farm. Because you got a windmill and behind it's a farm. This, I don't know what I want to do exactly. I want to put something in here. I want to put like another floor. I want to put this. I want to put that. But I never know what exactly I want to add. And, you know, some parts I could definitely see, you know, maybe could get cut. But if we're going to add another floor, you know, we got to decide, like, are we going to do like a spiral staircase here? Are we going to do ladders? And I don't want to do that. So it's kind of iffy. But then back here, it's still not done. I don't even know where I want to draw the line, but I have all this wheat growing. And there's like a patch here. Oof. Well, it's fine. But yeah, basically this is all supposed to be wheat, since wheat really doesn't need water to grow. And this is the house that I was trying to get rid of this little hill for. But there's two ways to get into one. You have the lower part, and then you got like the workbench. You got a chest here full of random stuff. The buzzsaw thing, because I needed to make sure I was using as much stone as possible. You know, there's that. Then you have this way, which is actually two smaller rooms. This one doesn't have anything, but this one, nope. This one doesn't have anything either. Basically, you could just put like a bed in there and then whatever. And now here you have a balcony, but obviously it's not going to look good because we have, you know, all this stuff around. So if we need more dirt and stone and stuff, we're definitely going to just come here and we're definitely just going to come here and break that, because there's nothing else that I can do. Well, I mean, I want to improve the look of this place, that's why. We're almost done. Because this is this is a portion. Again, I've expanded quite far. In fact, I don't think this is even the map I'm supposed to be using. Oh, it kind of is. We're gonna have that in our our left hand. Now, everything that I showed you was. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. I don't know why I got lost myself on the map. Everything that I just showed you guys is what I've for the most part, mostly have been working on for myself. Um, you know, imagine sleeping and living in this big castle, and you have all your stuff and you can organize everything in that little confined space, and everything else is just like, yeah, you got dogs ready and whatever. If we could get cats, I'm definitely gonna have them in the house because creepers are really annoying. um, I was trying to do my flag of light gray and blue on the windmill, and again, like I said, or way earlier, my cousin's little design for the bridge, he wasn't there to do it, so I ended up having to try and copy and paste it, and I think it doesn't look that bad. So right now, we're going even farther, because there's still more things that I don't think we can even get to um, in this one stream alone, or at least I don't have like the patience for it, because I could easily get lost with the way that we've expanded. Um, but on the far west side of the map, right? We kept expanding, we kept going that way. We eventually ran into some ice, that biome or whatever you want to call it. And I think just past that, it might have been regular, like what we're in right now. Or it could have been jungle. I can't remember which one was after that. I'm gonna say jungle for safety, because I remember finding a lot of dark oak, but there was so much like dark oak in that one spot that I had my bro Johnny make us a house. I was like, John, come here, come here. He's like, what? And I was like, I need you to make a house. And I was like, make it look nice, please, or whatever. And it didn't look that bad. It did not look that bad. So I give him props for making a nice looking small house. And but bam. Finally, we were at our next destination. This was actually the first greenhouse I made. I did it all in white because I had a lot of white glass, but I did it in white. It's really bright. It's kind of funny to think that this is more stained than that. It's really weird, but it's funny. Same stuff. It's just potatoes. This is the house I now. Obviously, this you could tell was just like me, because that's like, what is this? Um, what would I even call this? This is like a transformer house, I swear. Because it's like I made rectangular boxes, made them into just rooms, right? I was like, oh, this could be a room, this could be a room, this could be a room. After I made this, so basically this is what I did. So I made this square, and then I go, what if we just do a room, right, where we could just go like this, walk right in, don't need to do anything. So I ended up going, okay, square, square, and each one is basically a bedroom. So it's like bedroom, bedroom, bedroom. Oh, except that one, because originally that was supposed to be up here. I had it there for now, and then I did this, and then originally that's why there's another bed up here. You would come up to either there, or you would come into one of these side rooms. So I think I might change the side rooms into like just chests, But that's all this was. It was just, this was not supposed to be like a pretty little building of any kind. The design of it was just so when we need to go to the end portal, we would be able to have an area to stop and rest and gather our stuff together. That's basically what that is. So that's why it doesn't look pretty, but it's got a little light on it, and it looks kind of dope. A little bit, just the little light part. And we're on to like our final two things that I think I'm gonna show, because like I said, all the other ones are pretty darn far. This is a harbor, which I had to eyeball, because the person who actually did this, they're like doing a tutorial of some kind, and it was pretty bootleg. They were just like, yeah, make this U shape. Okay, good. Now that you made the U shape, and it's like, wait, what? It's like, well, how many blocks did you use? Like, what if I want mine to be smaller or something, So I had to eyeball it, and then I was like, you know what, just screw it. I'm just gonna keep going based off what I'm looking at. I didn't even look at the I almost said commercial. Uh, the little tutorial thing, but I was trying my best. Like as you can see, like it looks pretty good for what it is. It's a little bit more stuff could be added. I'm thinking maybe right about here we'll add a building, like a nice big building to go behind it. I think that would be kind of cool to add. Um, let's see. Could have sworn I added like a mine or something. Like you would, there's a door here. Um, I still haven't replaced the floors. What was I gonna replace the floors with? Oh, with cobblestone. Really? I could have sworn. I could have sworn when I was doing this, or when I was gonna do it, it was supposed to connect. Like you go in here, and it was supposed to go down and connect into a tunnel that would take you down into here, into this area, because we have water underneath us. But I mean, if we could have a way to go down there and then dig to get the coal and the iron that's over there, it seems pretty worth it to me. So I don't know. And the kind of oof, and I'm gonna say the final thing on our list is for being able to check out for today. Because again, everything that's in the snow area or slightly past it is way too far that we'll end up most likely getting lost. Um, I don't want to get lost. I don't want to die, lose any progress. You know, that's like the worst feeling in Minecraft, or maybe in general, is when you do so much and then you just lose some progress. Um, uh, I should be saving that for the dog, and yet here I am eating it. There you go. So this is the final thing that I'm gonna show. Um, it's simply just like an awesome, nice looking watchtower. Um, it's I don't know if I want to say it's easy, but once it was done, it's an easy design because you come up here. All right, I got a little workbench right here. And then for some reason, I think I am gonna add a bed in here because every time they like my bros come in, they're like, oh, "I thought there was a bed up here," or they think that something's up here, and then there never is anything. So, but it looks pretty nice. I mean, you know, small little windows, um, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. Um, you know, it's it's a big world that we kind of just worked on. Again, for the most part, it has been just me because obviously this is my world, kind of like my server. Um, I do wish that there was my bro Joey thought that in Minecraft for console that you could have like your own server that I guess that people can get into um, when you're not around and stuff, and that's kind of what I wish that I had a way for people to you know or rather just good people at least, but like if my bro decided to hey, I want to play Minecraft and he wants to play like in my world. And his world wasn't even that bad either. I remember building a giant. Yeah, I know. We've passed our hour and a half already. But that's the thing. Like, it's been an hour and a half. We had so much to talk about everything, and even some parts like the harbor and the house. And I try to go a little bit quicker so that we would be under an hour and a half. But yet here we are still talking more. It's just because everything's kind of scattered around. Like I understand some points, for example, like right now I look like I'm lost, but you can still see the house from here because of that little light, so it's pretty awesome that I have that. um but like my bro Joey was just like, hey, so we don't get lost, just put like a trail of torches or whatever, and I'm just like, no. Because I honestly love to see like buildings. I love to like run around and be like, there goes the house, you know what I'm saying? Like right now I'm gonna keep going straight because obviously we have the map and I know where to go. But if I didn't, like literally, it's just run Like from the house, just keep running straight, and then you'd keep running straight. Do 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 do. You see some hills, and then boom, you see the top of the castle, and you're like, oh, I see the castle. And then if I was, let's say, more to the right, I'd probably end up seeing the windmill. I'd probably still be able to see the castle, but I'd probably see the windmill, the farm, seeing other little different things. And then even when we go back, like we're gonna keep running straight, right? We're gonna run past the castle because the castle right now I don't think we need to go in for anything. But we're gonna run past the castle, and there's like two different ways. Again, going back talking about ouch, just run that way, run that way. Boom, you can already see the twins from here. Or you find this building, then okay, there's a subway, there's a tunnel that's gonna lead all the way to this spot. But that's just how it is. Like you see the twins, and you're like, yes, we found it. And the best part is the twins, it has fire, so you know that it glows in the dark a little bit. Come on. Oof, excuse me. And there you go. See, now you can start seeing the houses, and you start seeing all this other stuff. Before even twins, I think, it used to be we would go this way, and you'd see Joey's old house, and we're like, yes, I'm home. But now you can just look at the twins, and you're kind of safe regardless, because you got, again, the castle on one side, the houses on the other. There's just so much to this, and I love it. I really do. I'm trying to look around here just to see if there was anything. I could have sworn, didn't we see... Maybe if we wait for it when it gets dark, but I don't know if I have that much patience. We've been talking for almost 2... What? I don't remember this. Who did this? Somebody dug down, and now my dog's hurt. I'm really trying to think, like, who thought of this? And it's like, it's out here, that's the thing. The only two people I could think of, either my bro Joey or my cousin Static. So I don't know, it's one of the two. One of the two did something. I don't know why. I was just trying to figure out if there was a light over there, right? That was really weird that we just come across that. Something tells me I put a light over here. Like, but I don't remember. Like, I'm not gonna know until it turns dark again. Oh, I see a tree with a ladder on it. Yeah, this is where the lights are at. But why? Why? Maybe this is what my cousin wanted to do, the whole treehouse thing. That's what I only could assume. But yeah, let's go back to the house. I love seeing this. I love seeing this. Kind of like I said, like if and I agree with my bro Joe, or like at least I think that they should. Is if they would just simply add in a server, like you put something like publish friends only, or what's it called? Again, like I'm saying publish because that's the best way I know it. But if you could do that and put like, oh, only these specific people can get in, or only people with this specific code can get in, then that would be perfect, because then I could be like, hey, if you want to, join the server and then play on your off time or whatever, make the world look a lot better. Here you go. Because originally what I was gonna say was, oh, they should just have it where, you can join, but you can't, like, what is it called? Oh, that works for me. I was gonna say where you can join and do whatever, but you cannot, like, destroy somebody else's creation. Like, somehow there was a limitation to where, um, you only can hold like a set amount. Like you can't like if I build this, or rather, let's say like my buddy John, right? Like he built that house, and I go, I don't like the way it looks, and I go and I keep doing this to it, right, to try to break it. There should be some type of boundary that like prevents me from being able to break it, even with like dynamite and fire. Um, so even if his house is like floating in the air, like like it would just end up looking like floating in the air if I use dynamite. But um, you know, that's what I was originally gonna say. But best bet literally would be um, just simply allowing you to put up like a private server of some kind, and you can simply just put up a code that you made, give it to somebody, and just be like, okay, look, whenever you want, just put the code into this little bar, and then you will get my world, and only you're gonna have it, and, and then have it, or I guess they'll have access for whenever they want. I think that would be perfect if they ever decide to do that. PC kind of has too many advantages, so um, let's see how that goes. I'm gonna try. I think what we'll do is, since we are wrapping it up, and I do miss what we built in Minecraft, and I kind of wish that we would. Oh my. I wish that we can. Is my dog messing with the doors today? um, I wish there was a way for us to do that. We'll go back to the main menu lobby area, but I wish there was a way for us to do that. So Minecraft, or I guess I gotta say Microsoft, since Microsoft is the people who bought Minecraft. Hear me out. Yeah, I would tell my friends, but have it be like you go to play a game, right? And then you could go to join, and then let's just say, well, I mean, all the button options are kind of used, but if you press something like, let's say, like the R2 and L2, the trigger buttons, have no feature. Like it's not doing anything. Like I guess this, but like I don't know. Um, yeah, I do play Fallout. Yeah, not as often, but we do play Fallout. Um, touchpad maybe? I don't know. The buttons on this, they're not. It's it's not like they can't just figure something out. L3, R3. They can easily, if you ask me, or for my opinion, or ideas, they could easily just add in an option. Again, L3, R3, they don't seem to be doing anything except moving the stuff. So if they could just do that, you go to join, you press like L3, R3, and it says like, okay, put in this code. You put in whatever 20-hour digit code, and then it pops up a server, which maybe servers could be its own little tab. Like you got load, create, join, server, like that. Because join tab is just being able to join whoever's in your friends list that has it as like public online. Um, so if they could do that, I think it would be awesome for a lot of people. Like, yeah, you and your best buddy, if you can't play at the same time, for example, oh, I'm grounded. So they're like, you say something like that, like, oh, I'm grounded. Then, you can't play for a while. Then maybe, it would allow like a friend of like, yeah, I'm still gonna continue. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there, but I think that would be the best bet if they want to keep kind of putting stuff up together. But that's gonna be it. It was nice to look back at it. I don't even know what I can add. I remember a couple things on there that I wanted to do, but we still haven't done it. But we'll see where things go. I don't know when we're gonna genuinely do this, but we'll see where it goes. Eat water? Yeah, I chew on water a lot. It's pretty great. um, but yeah, with that kind of said and done, gonna have to thank everybody for, if you actually did watch, thank you for watching. Um, it's just, I don't know. It's just interesting to see like everything that we've done from like not even a month. We've been working on that for a couple months. Like a month ago was the last time that we really did anything, or rather, we as in me, for the stream. I don't even know when you know the last time they got on and did anything. Um, yeah. So that's just gonna have to be it for this one. There's, well, probably it's 1:02. I have about 2 hours to get my pre-workout going, eat something, so that way Sergeant isn't like, Santana, what's going on with you? And I'm just like, bro, I don't know. um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um, there we go. Um, debating whether or not I'll be on Nintendo today. So if you want, and I encourage everybody who actually watches to do join our Discord. It's going to be in the link down below. You can join that whenever you would like. It will let you be in the contact with me. You can contact other people on there. We only have one admin at the moment, so if we ever build up more and more people, we'll actually put out like a little. I saw somebody do like a survey or some type of resume thing, or where people will turn in like, hey, I want to be an admin and all this. And I thought that was a pretty good, how you say, like a pretty good way or idea of trying to filter out like, okay, who's people who are actually gonna want to do this instead of just putting it on somebody. We might do that, but again, would probably only do that once we start getting bigger and bigger. Once we get to that point, then we'll figure it out. Um, we're at 41 subs. Well, at least when I checked today, it said 41. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Um, we have 2 new followers now. Thank you for whoever just followed me. Thank you for following. Um, but yeah, like I said, so far in our Discord, we only have a couple sections on there. So if there is more sections, more things that you guys want to be able to have on there and interact with other people about, again, just join the Discord, contact me on there in the group, and we'll figure something out. We currently have. What do we have? We have like something for Smash Bros. We have something for Fortnite, and we have, I believe we are getting a Minecraft section, or at least I'm trying to set up a Minecraft section. So if you guys ever want to do something with that, you guys can put up whatever you want on there. We might put some stuff for memes, but we'll figure that out. Snow VG, thank you for the follow. But thank you. But yeah, the Discord, it helps out a lot. I love being in contact with everybody on Discord. So thank you if you actually do join that. Thank you the most, because at least I can get into contact with you, and you can inform me of different things that we could go on. I'm still trying to figure out whether or not we should continue Rec Room for the Discord, because I'm thinking we should continue Rec Room for gameplay and stuff, but for the Discord, we're really not sure, because I don't know how many people actually do play Rec Room and all that in general. And then if we do get somehow a bigger community with Rec Room, I would love to do like the challenges with you guys, and see like, oh, I'm doing this and that, just to figure things out. But yeah, so that's that. To join Discord, I do have a link. You can get it. I believe you can get it on your phone if you have one. If you don't have a phone, you can probably go on the internet, just look up Discord, discord.com, something. And you can create an account. I always have my link, my little join link down below in my About tab or description tab. I'm assuming you're watching off the PlayStation, so I'm not really quite familiar with that. But if you go on YouTube, I always have it right there. But yeah, so you can join. Again, it's usually I have the link in my About tab. But if you go online, you can create an account, a little Google search of Discord, and you can figure out things from there. And then, of course, my link's always in the description, so you can always find me. These Broadcast Zabin. Look that up on YouTube, and you're guaranteed to see, guaranteed to find me if you know how to find it. So, other than that, check out the other channel, the Zabin Project. On there, I am currently hopefully before the end of next week, or hopefully by the end of this month, we can try to upload 2 more videos. I need a couple more wins to put up another Victory Royale video, and then we need another or not rather another, but rather we're trying to put up the compilation of like our quote behind the scenes, and that's literally what it would be called, videos. And I'm hoping to maybe get that done today, and then perhaps I'll upload it tomorrow for you guys. I'm like stuttering on my own words. But hopefully we can get that done, upload it on the channel for you guys, because I love putting up all my edited videos up there for you guys. I do censor out words, so don't worry. YouTube is changing its rules again, so now I do have to make sure that I go into every video and say if this is the if it's supposed to be for children or not, which is a weird thing that we have to do. So I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm probably gonna put all my content as it's not, but we'll see. We'll see. Um, we'll see where that goes. I barely learned about it yesterday. We have Army PT today, so I have to go do that. I'm gonna be busy for a while, and again, once I come back, I am probably gonna be dead tired, but we'll try to finish up on our video and see if we can just make sure to tell YouTube like, hey, look, I don't want to get in trouble or anything, but like my content is this or this or this, because that's what I'm gonna have to be doing now with the new rules for YouTube, which is really weird that it just seems to have popped up out of nowhere, but that's what we're gonna have to do. Um, so again, check out the other channel, the Zabin Project. You can find me on Discord. I have my Discord link down in the description, and I also would like for you guys to hit the like, subscribe on this channel and video also, because I mean, we need to get closer to 1,000 subs before I can even become a Fortnite creator or anything really. So with that being said, finally for the last time, thank you for watching, and I'll probably see you guys later today. Probably, not 100% sure. And as always, please stay healthy.